This room is kind of echoey. Well, hello and welcome to my channel. In case you have forgotten, I am Joe Somebody. I figured I'd blow the dust off my camera and start making videos again. Literally in preparation for this video, I had to dig out my camera, my charger, had to charge the thing, had to completely reload my Mac because I apparently just let it fill up with crap over the last 10 years of ownership. And oddly enough, my Mac is set up in a whole different room, and this is a Windows computer here, so I'm filming here, but I'm gonna edit there. But that's okay, because at least I'm here. I just wanted to catch you up on a couple things that have happened since last you saw me. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Since the last time I made a video, the entire year of 2019 and the entire year of 2020, including a pandemic, and thus far into 2021 has all happened since the last video. Yeah, about that. I was in a funk for 2 years, but I'm better now. Thanks for asking. In all seriousness, for the last several years, I've been very deep in the world of ham radio.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you checking in tonight.
I talked around the world, decoded images from outer space, even helped to revive a local ham radio club, but then I got burnt out and I didn't want to do it anymore. I mean, I don't imagine that I'm completely done with the hobby, but I'm definitely going to take a break for a little while. Early in 2019, I sold my motorcycle. Like a lot of bike owners, I started riding it less and less until finally I just felt guilty because it was sitting around. We bought another Jeep, which was kind of fun, but then it started breaking down and filling up with water every time it would rain. And yes, I know that's what Jeeps do, but that's what makes Jeeps crappy daily drivers. We also purchased a 2016 BMW 328i. I started driving that car daily until someone that lives in the house decided to borrow it and never give it back. It's okay, she doesn't watch these. I'm not talking bad about her though, just in case she's listening through the wall. And see, that's why I don't own my stuff, because I don't get it back. But in all seriousness, it's a great car. We've had it a couple years and I have no plans of getting rid of that one. That black police cruiser that I used to have, sold it. For Christmas 2019, I got a telescope. I have been interested in space for a while, but have never owned a telescope before. So far, I've used it to look at the moon with some detail. I've used it to see the rings of Saturn, and I've seen Jupiter's moons. So I can't believe I never had a telescope before. Now more than ever, I'm convinced that the moon is real. Not that I ever thought it was fake, but I'm telling you, it's a very emotional moment when you see the craters on the moon, with your own eye. Through a telescope lens. I later bought a DSLR attachment that can attach this camera to the telescope and take pictures and videos and stuff like that. So I've done some of that, and if you follow my Instagram, JoeSomebody1986 on the Instagram, there's a couple of my moon photos over there. At the end of 2019, we decided it had been so long since we'd taken a cruise that we should book something for spring 2020. But then, a once-in-a-century pandemic hit. I mean, what are the odds, right? We canceled our plans of cruising because even if the cruise lines were not shutting down, we didn't really want to be on a ship during the pandemic. I'm not saying that they're not clean or that they don't have good protocols in place, but it's just 2020 was weird times for most of the year. I worked from home some of the time. I found that to be a very different experience than what I had imagined. It's like you imagine that working from home would be great because you're like, oh, I'm at home. No meeting rooms, virtual meetings in my underwear. I didn't do that. But for some reason I found it very odd to be out of my element. In my day-to-day job, I interact with a lot of people, and I guess I didn't realize how critical that contact can be. Plus the emotional burden of never leaving the house, because I was here while I worked and then I was here at the end of the day. I found it just very taxing, and I found it a little bit harder to end my day because I was here and I'm well, I'll just do this one more thing, or I'll just remote in real quick. It wasn't the same as oh, 5 o'clock, gotta go. I mean, not that I'm very specific about leaving exactly at a specific time or anything, but I did use some of the extra time around the house to fix up, spruce up, and do some changes around the house that were long overdue. It only took a pandemic to get me to do my honey-do list. But hey, I did get some stuff done, Around May in 2020, I got tired of having to pull the rubber plugs out of the floorboard of the Jeep to let the water out. I traded it for another F-150. This one was a 2019. It was red like the 14 one that I had, 4-door, 4-wheel drive, hunk of junk. I don't want to bash Ford or the F-150 because I actually really like both. But they just don't seem to make anything like they used to. I just couldn't get used to the way the truck shifted. The engine made a lot of noise and sounded like a diesel for some reason. I thought I was going to keep the truck for quite a while. The lie detector determined that was a lie, but we'll get back to that later. In June, we did manage to take a trip to St. Augustine. That was a really great family trip that we did, and we've got a very similar trip coming up in June this year. I got another police cruiser in 2020. Actually, I got one of my old ones back. I fixed it up a little bit, got it looking so good, I'm running so good, and I sold it. Apparently, most of what I did since last we met was just buy and sell cars. You may remember that we had been working on our house since we bought it in 2016. We originally purchased it with the plans to sell it after 5 years or so. In 2020, we took a look at the housing market, and we did find one new construction house that we really liked, but we decided that we just didn't think it would work out. We decided to heck with it. We'll just hang on to the house that we've got and we'll keep working on it. We repaired and repainted the front porch and the back porch, repainted the kitchen, got everything looking just so, and we sold it. It wasn't even listed on the market. A friend of mine from work was like, hey, didn't you say you wanted to sell your house? Didn't you say? I'm pretty sure. I thought you told me you said you wanted to sell it. And I was like, yes. No. We decided not to. Why? He said he wanted to buy it. He had never even seen the house. And I'm like, why? He was like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy it. So I said, okay, look, I painted the kitchen Saturday. We're investing money and time into this house. So you can come look at it or whatever, but I just don't think we're gonna sell it. So the dude comes over on a Wednesday and he looks at the house, loves it. Saturday I had a contract on it. Since we made a little bit of money selling that house and the interest rates were low, we went back to the new construction that we found, and that's where we are here. We closed at the end of September 2020. We started moving in October, and we really like it here. It's in a subdivision, which I didn't think that I would like at all as far as the privacy or lack thereof. But I gotta say, this subdivision has a lot of people around our age. There's some people that live in the subdivision that I know from work. My son has become best friends with the next door neighbors kid. We go for walks around the subdivision. We have a Facebook group for the subdivision, and people actually ask relevant questions and share information and invite you to come to their house for cookies and hot dogs. It's really a great neighborhood. So yeah, we moved here in October, and then at the end of November, Marlena got the COVID. Luckily, she's okay. That was a very scary time for us. I've watched enough Supernatural to know that evil spirits can be hard to kill. Probably shouldn't make jokes about my wife being an evil spirit. Yeah, so we all quarantined for a couple weeks and then life resumed, which sadly is not the case for so many people. Truth be told, it's hard not to feel guilty, but I'm very thankful. Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything was very different for us this year because of the COVID, but all in all, it was still pretty good. 2021 has started off with a bang. Not that I'm gonna just put all my chips on this being a great year. I was able to get a promotion at work that I've been chasing for about a year. Of course, the promotion means that there's more stress and more things to deal with, but it's good. It's exactly where I want to be. So that brings us to February 2021, when I had enough of my F-150 rattling and crack-a-lacking. Found out from a friend at a Ford dealership that the Ford trucks are actually increasing in value since the time that I bought it. So I traded it in for more than I paid for it. How many times does that happen? Almost never to me. So it's gone, but I'm not sad about it, because I got my baby, the Bomb Diggity. One of my dream cars, something I've always wanted. The 2021 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. The Scat Pack is a 6.4 liter, 392 cubic inch, 485 horsepower grocery getter. Seriously, that's what I do with it. I drive it every day on my 10-minute commute to work, pick up my son from school, bring home groceries, and I really like it. I love it. So that brings us to here and now, in March 15th, 2021 at 4:48 p.m. You can't see that. Oh, and also YouTube has probably taken away my partnership that I've had since 2010. Something about me not making a video for 2 years and my overall viewership is down. I didn't know we were all about viewership. But that's okay, and that's not why I'm here. Partnership program is pretty cool and all, and I hope I get to maintain it or rejoin it at some point. But I'm here because at one time YouTube was something I just really loved to do. So I wanted to come back and play. Well, it certainly was nice to see you. Or nice for you to see me. Do me a solid. Leave me a comment on the YouTube down in the thingy jig at the bottom where you leave comments and tell me what you've done for the last 2 years. It's been so long. Subscribe, follow, like me on social media things and stuff. And I know I make a video every 2 years saying that I'm gonna make more videos, but maybe I'll make more videos. I'm Joe Somebody, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.